Yeah, thanks, Paul. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Really proud of our 24 great seniors. They've been through a lot, and to lead us to where we're at today, to finish their last home game here at Ryan Field with a win, will be a memory when we get together 20, 25 years from now that I don't think that they will soon forget. I could go through each guy. I'm not going to do that right now. You guys have been waiting for me, and I'm sorry that it took us so long, but I think a really cool new tradition of taking a picture with our seniors, students, not only our our players, but with our students after the game was really cool and great to share that moment because that's who we play for. We play for our students. We're their team, and to share that moment with our senior football players and our senior students was something that I think is really cool, and hopefully we'll continue to do and look into different ways to have some fun. But on the field, from a standpoint of finding a way to win, which I'm never going to apologize for going 1-0 in a Big Ten game. It's hard to win Big Ten games. Obviously Purdue has improved. We saw that on video, and I tip my hat to Daryl and his staff. They've stayed the course, and their young men are playing their tails off. And we knew today was going to be a battle. But with that being said, we've got to be more efficient offensively. We had way too many one-man breakdowns up front. We had big holes and big seams, but one guy was able to trip up our back, which is unacceptable. Obviously not consistent enough in the passing game, and that's something that we've definitely got to look at. But from a positive standpoint, I thought we controlled the field position with our special teams, and I thought our defense, when you lose a turnover ratio the way we did, it's pretty rare that you find a way to win a game. But our defense, we use the analogy, not to be disrespectful, but to be an analogy of being a fireman. The bell rings. When you're a fireman, it's time to go put the fire out. When you turn the ball over, there was a fire out on the field, and our guys have got to go put it out. And our defense did that 100% today, which was, obviously the difference in the game. So we'll enjoy it. We're 1-0. We move on, and obviously a lot of work to do as we get ready for a great opponent next week in one of the great venues in college football. So with that, how about some questions, please?
Pat, when you look at where you were a couple of weeks ago with those back-to-back blowout losses, what does it say about the character of the team? What's happened since then, and the fact that you pulled out a bunch of close wins?
Yeah. Well, we didn't obviously do the things we needed to do in those games in the first half against Michigan and then in the second half against Iowa. And they're two pretty darn good football teams, both ranked in the top 15 of the country. So, I think you go into the locker room after games like that, you're frustrated, you're not very pleased, but you know that you've got a good team. You just got to find a way as a coach to get it out of the guys. And I really leaned on the seniors, our captains, and our leadership council that for us to get out of that hole, they were going to have to lead us out of it just by staying the course and doing what we do. And so far, we've been able to do that by finding a way to win, but we still have got to get better if we want to continue to be successful.
Coach, did you like the way that Clayton responded to him sitting for a couple of series there? I know you brought him back in the fourth quarter. Did you like the way what he did after that?
Yeah, I did. Mick and I were talking, and we just felt like we wanted to take him out, let him take a breather for a second here. We've talked about that quite a bit. Actually, when you research some things, when you got a rookie quarterback, and even a veteran quarterback, sometimes if you take him out and give him a series, it gets a chance to take an exhale and then go back in and go play. And so would we have kept Zach in if we'd gone down and scored? Maybe. Would we have gone back to Clayton? Maybe. But I just felt like after the turnover, we wanted to go back to what we were doing. Clayton had already, I think, settled down, felt good about where he was at, and that's why we made the decision to do that. So I thought it was well thought out. And then again, I have full confidence in Matt Alviti, and if we've got if it gets to that point, I believe that Matt can go move the football for us too. So that's a guy that I'm really proud of, Matt. He's being patient. He's still getting reps in the game plan. He's still getting himself prepared. But we found a way to win, and Justin obviously had a big game, and that was important.
Fitz, you've had some years where you had to outscore people and your defense wasn't really where you wanted it to be.
Sure.
How does it feel this year to have the kind of defense that's coming through for you week after week?
Yeah, it gives you great confidence. That's why I decided to give them the win in the third quarter. You go in at halftime, and I don't like the scoreboard at all, and I just felt like it was going to be a four-quarter game. And I would have much rather had us not give up any points in the second half. And again, credit Purdue to go down and score in that first drive. But The wind was a factor. I don't know what it looked like from up top as you guys were watching, but it was definitely a factor. And, to have it in the fourth quarter, obviously the defense was able to make me look right. And then Hunter was able to make me look right by pinning them deep inside the 5, getting us field position. So, those are decisions that you make. And when they work, you guys say, good job. When they don't, they say, what were you doing? Right? I mean, that's the life you live. And those are decisions you have to make. And I thought those were the right decisions with the way our defense was playing today.
Can you describe the atmosphere with the seniors? I mean, before the game and then the experience after the game that you talked about.
Yeah, Fred. I had them stand up this morning in the team meeting at the hotel, and like I just said to you guys, I didn't want to talk about each guy going in their homes, and it seems like yesterday, that I'm in their homes, or if the guys had walked on, the guys and their family came down to do an unofficial visit, and I just told them I wanted them to enjoy the moment. And then to know once we finally got that first down that we were going to win the game, that's the group that I thought about. I thought about not only our young men, but their families. And that's what makes it such a privilege to be in this role. I get the opportunity to coach the best and brightest young men because of the way they were brought up at home. And we've got, an unbelievably diverse team in all aspects, racially, religious-wise, region of the country, family makeup. And to see that group come together the way that they have, to battle through challenges the way that they have, I think is what makes being in my role and being here at Northwestern so special. And it also, I think, hopefully is a beacon to everybody that, I think when you give of yourself for the greater good of each other, it can be really something special. And that's what this group will be to me for a long, long time.
First drive of the second half when they went down and tied it at 14, what did you guys make any adjustments on defense? And if not, what changed execution-wise?
Yeah, I think that you just hit the nail on the head. Our guys executed better. I thought we tackled better. They were doing a good job. I'll give them credit for some of the things that they were doing, and we just had to make some little tweaks to what we were doing, and then the guys went out and executed. I mean, really, I don't think outside of really that first play of the game and then that drive, our defense didn't really give up anything else. So, I don't know how long that drive was. You guys probably know more than I do. Handful of plays, maybe 8 plays. Plus the first play of the game, 9 plays I think our defense would like to have back. But outside of that, I thought they played outstanding.
Anything else for Coach?
Wow, you guys are awesome. Thanks. Have a great night. Go Cats.